Afternoon, YouTube. This is Spank from the Veterans Corner of the Cool Couch. And sorry, my daughter is behind me out here playing in the driveway. But anyway, uh, I walked past something today that reminded me that I wanted to at least say something about this, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel differently about it. But I'm guessing there's probably also a lot of people that agree with me on it. So today's topic is going to be the price of duck eggs in China. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what it is. I just wanted to start off with a little humor because this actually is a pretty sensitive subject. So I'm walking through the college today over at Harrisburg Area Community College is where I go to school. And in the hallways in some different places there, they have these posters up about if there's an active shooter at the school. And they do this run, hide, fight scenario now, which, you know, I mean, that's what people do to try and appease themselves. But I'll tell you, I train my boy, and I'm going to train my daughter the same way. And everybody's entitled to their opinion. So I'm not trying to force this on you. I'm just trying to give you something else to think about. The run, hide, fight response to an active shooter is, I mean, it's kind of good, I guess. There's some kind of, the same way that there's adults, there's some kids that have a certain type of personality and some kids that have a different type of personality. And one of those personalities might fit a certain situation better than another situation. So anyway, I train my boy. You know, the run thing is all right, but the run thing is only good if you can run behind something that'll stop a bullet, okay? Because I promise you, you can't run away from a bullet if it's open territory. I promise you can't do it. If you can run like around the corner so that there's a wall in the middle, or, you know, run behind a thick door, a steel door, or, you know, whatever. If you can run that way and get away, you know, by all means, that's your best part to do that. So there's one thing that I consider doing that, and this is where I'm talking about where there's different kinds of kids, you know, different personalities. I mean, I couldn't run out of a room with other people in it and feel okay about it later. Make sense? You know, like I feel like I would have to either shut that room off or get the people someplace better first or whatever. Now, not everybody thinks that same way. Some people, you know, if they active shooter, oh shit, you know, it's time to go. But not everybody thinks that way either. So all I'm saying is, in that situation, if you can run behind something, get behind something and stay there, or it's kind of hard to even say that too, because you don't know that staying there is going to be the right reaction for the entire situation, because you don't know how that situation is going to play out yet. If something happens, if you get there and you're hiding, you're safe for a minute, cool. But, you know, if the shooter starts walking back up in your direction again, and then you're going to be exposed, well, now you got some more thinking to do, and you got to do it that quick. Anyway, let me cut to the short because I'm getting kind of long now on this thing here. So, and the second part of that, it says hide. That's the part that I was just going into a little bit. I would urge you to teach your kids. It's a whole big thing wrapped into one, because you can't just teach kids, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to anybody by any means, but some kids, you know, the parents are a little more scarce than other kids, and, you know, so it has a lot to do with the kid as well. I don't know. This subject's probably a lot bigger than I thought I could cover in 5 minutes. But anyway, in a situation like that, you have to teach kids to not be victims, is what you have to do. You have to teach them that pencils can be lethal, and scissors can be lethal, and, you know, chairs can be lethal, or whatever, and that hiding, you're really just gambling. I mean, you're playing the lottery if you're hiding that somebody's not going to find you. So, you know, teach your kids that, you know, they can hide behind a door. I mean, really, I hate to say it, it's disgusting that we even have to consider saying this to a kid, but there's going to be a point where every child that's ever involved with something like that is either going to be a survivor or they're going to be a victim. And at some point, they can tell that they're going to be a victim, I think, before it happens. Now, that's not the case for everybody, because sometimes people get snuck up on or whatever. But at some point, if you're in that situation and you can see what's coming, you know you're going to be a victim. So I taught my boy Monk. Some of y'all know Monk, great kid, but strong kid. And, you know, I've trained him from the time that he was old enough to go to a public school. You know, when he was younger, naturally, I was telling him to run and hide. But now that he's older, I tell him, if somebody's coming down a hallway looking to shoot up a bunch of people, they're probably not just going to stop and say hi to you and then move on to the next person. You know, it's not typically how it works. Somebody's coming out because they want to create carnage as much as possible. You have to train a kid that in that life-threatening situation, curling up into the fetal position and crying is not your best option for surviving every time. I'm just saying. So anyway, I'd like to know your thoughts on that. I'm a pretty big proponent of posting us veterans at different places, you know, that are looking for something to do or whatever. You know, posting a veteran outside a door of a school would certainly deter a lot of people, because if you have somebody there that knows what they're doing, you know, they're trying to pick a different target. So anyway, daughter's calling me. Spank from the Cool Couch. Please subscribe to us, share the video, like it, and all that stuff. And I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.